Here are 3 rules to destroy every frame that you may run up against while you are passing the guard. And so if I have Jeff, I think one of the simplest ways to explain the first fight is you're always testing to see if the person you're going with sucks. Because a lot of times, like maybe he frames my shoulders with his hands. A lot of times I don't have to do much to this. All I do is inside fight. I fight for the armpit space and I can drive through and just kind of win that fight. And like I said, most people just over push when you go to frame. You just pummel to the insides and you can win that. And I would say that's probably 80% of frames you're gonna deal with. But as people get better, what will start to happen is they will build frames in a way that are kind of loose and they kind of keep my distance, but then when I just try to inside fight, then they get kind of strong and it becomes hard for me to just win these inside fights on Jeff. And that is when we have to create angles. What we're thinking about when we're creating angles is not me running around Jeff and staying square with him. It is me actually turning my torso side to side. So maybe you see me in this position and you see me run into this frame. If I try to inside fight this, or if I just drive into it, nothing happens. But if I create an angle, it's really easy for me to start to win this frame. And there's another frame. Maybe I inside fight this one. There are some more. Maybe I inside fight. Oh, that's not it. Maybe I turn. That's not it. And a lot of times this is where people get stuck and they even start to fall down, and we see this happen a lot. And to me, this is one of the hardest frames to understand beating, right? What happens is I get so low that his inside spaces start to be protected. And it's very, very hard for me to beat these frames. And so there's this point in the movie, what is the movie? Aviator with Leonardo DiCaprio, where he has this crazy idea. They're dealing with weather. Who is he depicting in that movie? Howard Hughes. He's Howard Hughes in that movie. It's not actually Leonardo DiCaprio. But in that movie, they're having a problem with weather with airplanes, and he comes up with this idea. What if we fly above the weather? And that is how we deal with these third frames, is we're trying to fight this. I am simply too low to beat these frames. I can't inside fight them. I am too low. So what I start to do is I start to go above the frames, and notice how I was able to just fall right through and win that. And you will find this over and over while we're playing jiu-jitsu. I'm dealing with a knee shield and I start to fight this, and maybe I create an angle and I can start to come over and start to pass. You see this constantly in jiu-jitsu, that the top player's job is to get chest over chest, but that is only accomplished if they understand how to beat frames. And these are the 3 rules to destroying any frame.